Hello everyone, my name is Oum Saokosal. I will talk about the Android RecyclerView. It is in the English version. I made it in my version already, but I decided to make it for you guys. This is where you can find me. This is my channel, Oum Saokosal, and you can also find me on Facebook, Kosal Geek, Twitter, Okosal, and some other source code in GitHub Kosal Geek as well. So I would like to talk a little bit about the history of RecyclerView. Actually, we have used Listview for a very long time, but Listview is not very flexible. So Android decided to replace it with another new feature, and they decided to call RecyclerView. So we will see the flexibility and the advanced topic about this in the future along the way. So recycler view come with a card view. A card view is a piece of the item that we usually made it in Listview as the external layout. And recycler view come with another um, cool feature. It's called layout manager. You can decide to position from the like scroll from the up to the bottom and bottom to bottom up and scroll down, scroll left, right, whatever you want. Okay. And another cool feature is the view type that have you decide to display multiple items. Like in the first item you have two images, and then second one you decided to have three images. And you can do that very easily in the recycler view. Actually, it's not easy, but it's like it is built in. Like you don't have to include another library or maybe some other source code from somewhere else. And another one is the view holder. It used to be something that you decide to add yourself in the list view, but now it's a part of the library. And also the animation, okay? And if you want some cool animation, you just use that. It is built in, or maybe just use somebody else code. It's like plug in. It's very easy, okay? And this is some, I got it from Pinterest. It's a very cool app. Even though it's not very popular, especially in my country, nobody knows Pinterest. I live in Cambodia, but maybe you know a bit about this. But you can see the Facebook, like first item you have one image, and second one you have maybe three images. So you can just do that. So let me explain a little bit like list view. You can find in my channel as well. So first you have data, and you have to create a class that map to the data. Like you have a table, let's say tbl underscore item. You have ID, text, and image. Then you need to create another class in Java, and the field must match to the table fields. And then you add it to the array list. Okay. And you need card view. You need maybe one or two, but first let's just think about one card view. And then the most difficult part is the adapter, and you need another manager layout, and lastly you add it into the recycler view. Even though the step is 1 2 3 to 7, but actually sometimes you just create this first, but you need the 7 things before you display something in the recycler view. It's a whole process. It's a very long process, and I will make some part of it in each video. So I hope that you subscribe my channel, and then you can see the rest of the video. Okay, let's go to the Android Studio. But before that, I just want to introduce my channel. This is my channel, and I have it in Khmer. You can see now, and people complain about that, like why you don't make it in English. So now I'm making it in English. Okay, but if you want to see cool thing like Android Wallet, you can see that it is in English as well. If I label it like something like that, it's gonna be English. But if I put it in Khmer, it's gonna be Khmer. So I hope that you don't mind about that, because I just want to use my channel for my people and you guys. So don't forget to subscribe, okay? And this is the channel, and this is some mixing in Khmer, but actually I made it in a Khmer language, but now I just still mixing a little bit, but it's okay. Just subscribe my Facebook as well. You know. Okay, let's go to this. So just create a new app. There's gonna be a basic one. It's nothing new here. It's gonna be something like this. So to set up the Android recycler view, just go to Google Android recycler view like that. Go to the first link, and you go to this one. There is a good tutorial here. You just take a look at it. But before you can do anything, you have to add a Gradle in a dependency. And if you add it something like that, you're gonna see some error. But I want you to see some error first, so I will teach you how to fix that. The font here is too big, so maybe change the font a little bit. Maybe 16. Can you see 16? Yeah, that's good. So now I'm using Android Studio 2.1.2. Okay, the date now is this July 29. Okay, because the Android Studio is always updated. So just add here, click on Sync now. But you can see now there is an error here, because you can see the library for the Android now is 23, but you use 21 now. So you have to go to this link, V7 support library. Okay, and you just Control F. Okay, and on Mac Command F, and then you type like RecyclerView. Okay, maybe find a little bit here. So here is the latest one. So you have to grab the code, copy, and pass it here instead. Uh, Pass it inside the single quote here. Okay, and another one, card view. Okay, over here, copy. Okay, and sing again. Okay, now I think you are good to go, and let's test the code. Okay, so you have to grab this code here, RecyclerView. Sorry, and you have to go to resource here and layout. And actually, I opened it already, so content main here. Just delete it, and you go to tags here. Okay, so now is we use the shorten close XML tag. So I want to close something like this, because you want to put something inside the recycler view. Okay, and I don't I don't like the name here. I just call it always for recycler view. So I just want to put an item. So it's gonna be always item. Okay. Okay. That's it. So no, I think you don't need something inside. No. Yes. No. You don't need it. Actually, you don't need it. Sorry. Yeah. You don't need it. Okay. You need the card view actually. So this one is enough. This, okay. And you want to change the padding to the overall one. Just delete this. Okay. But just do it yourself. Now, what else you want to do first? So let's go here. The data is gonna be a huge thing because you're gonna grab the data from maybe your database from a server, and I got a good example of that, how to get the data from Volley. So I think you can watch this and grab the data and put it into the recycler view yourself, or maybe you can just wait for me for a little bit, so I will do the video about that. But now just maybe something like this, you can just do it, like the item here, the card view. So maybe card view is the good next thing, and right click on layout and go to what's it, layout, yeah, layout here, and I want to call it item layout. Okay, but I don't want to confuse myself, so I just call it card view item card view layout. Okay, so in here you need the card view. So you go back again here. Where is my card view code? Yeah, yeah. Okay. So, or maybe just grab the all of the code here. Okay, and you need the card view here as well. Or maybe just grab all of the code. Okay, just delete it and like that. No, it's not good. So let's go back. Actually, you need this one, just this one. That's all. Okay. And if you don't need the linear layout outside, just delete it. Okay. For me, I don't like this, so I just delete it. It's gonna be working, but you need this namespace. Put it in here. Yes, yes. Okay. It's gonna be all right. No worry. Okay. So now you have one text. Okay. You need to render here. Okay. You have a text here. And the width here is 200, so I want to make like the whole like width. So I use the march parent, or whatever parent is. Okay, and the height is 200. Yes, maybe yes. Okay, so I need a layout inside here. So I want to use maybe linear. It's better for coding. Uh, Graph like this. So what is the orientation? Orientation. So it's gonna be vertical, yeah. Uh, it's gonna be something like this. I'm not sure. Maybe I have to update it, but no, you update yet. So I need to display the text a little bit, and I have to make sure the text color is dark, is black. The text here, and just like sample text. Whoa, it's gonna be like this always. Okay, so this is the text view. So I want to have an image view. Okay, sorry for my English. So this one is gonna be my parent, maybe 300. So it's gonna be two, right? So maybe just 200 maybe. And source. Okay, here I want to have one image. So maybe okay, this one is good. Or maybe this one, yes. And you pass to drawable here and rename it to the small capital. You cannot have the capital like that. You need to like small letter and lowercase. You cannot have a space like that. You need only small one and maybe number. That's okay. But just like that, okay? If you put the name in the capital or maybe a space, you're gonna have some error. Okay, so now I use my drawable and PP. Okay, preview like that. Okay, now I need to scale down a little bit. So I need center crop like this. It's very annoying. And this 200, so I need to increase the whole height. Oh, yeah, something like this. Okay. So sample text like that is fine. And if you want to use the relative, you can use that. Maybe I have to update it, but for now, yes, it's fine. So this is the card view. So I have to rename it. So this is my card view, and maybe item and image. I don't have ID yet, so ID and ID maybe main image. And this one is the like the standard you want to add ID. And this one is info text, so it's gonna be TV and maybe title. Okay. So now you have the card view. Okay. So you need the item, the array, and the data. But I think the video is good enough for now. So let's test a little bit if the like the card view and the like recycler view is already inside the project or not, because we already included in the dependency. So just call RecyclerView. Yes, you have it. Okay, let's clear it outside as usual. I call it all we item and card view, yes, and CV, what's it? CV item, yes. Let's check it. Yeah, the CV item here, and this one is OV item, yes. So it's like usual, all we item, recycler view, find view by ID, all we item. Again, just like usual. And this one is CV item, CV item. Okay, and this one is card view. Okay, now is like that you can use it, and you can have the layout. Okay, and next we're gonna create the item. Okay, and we're gonna create maybe a method to generate like a dummy data, because we don't have the real data yet. So we're gonna make like a dummy data just to display the, for just for like sample text or maybe images, and then we're gonna put it into the array list, and we follow to the adapter manager. But for now, that's all, and we're gonna see you in the next video. Thank you.